What's up, Grim Crew? YouTube viewers, if you would like to skip ahead to the gameplay, a timestamp will be provided for you down in the description box below. As for the rest of you who may be watching live as it happens, welcome back to my gaming dungeon. I am your dungeon master for the evening. I am the Grim Gamer. How the hell are ya on this Wednesday night? And we are here for part 5 in what should be the finale of Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops on the PSP. My first ever playthrough of the game, and what should be the conclusion of the second chapter of this 10-chapter saga, the Metal Gear Solid series, the Big Boss Solid Snake Saga, as I have dubbed it. Last night, I feel like I should have got further than what I did. But I did have a boss fight with Null, which I did very well at. But then out of that 3-hour stream, almost an hour and a half of it was dedicated to one mission. One mission that I was just having trouble with, and I just couldn't get figured out. And some of it is the controls. Some of it is just me not being able to get the controls. There's a couple mechanics or what's the word I'm looking for? Strategies that I probably could have tried to utilize that I'm just not that great at. That may have helped me through that, but there's certain things that I was looking for with certain clues, and those clues were not helping me. Those clues would have me looking for other things and in the wrong places, and I was just having trouble. And I find it interesting that there's been a couple missions now that have really given me trouble, have really given me grief, and yet the boss fights really haven't been that bad. So I feel like, and by the looks of my level list here, we should be approaching endgame, so I'm hoping that any other boss fights will go, hopefully, fairly smooth. And now that I say that, they won't. I got to stop saying stupid things like that. But it is what it is. And I'm just, here's to hoping, fingers crossed. So with that being said, I will have more of a review, I guess, and my feelings overall about the game when I get to the credits. I want to get this thing finished up. But in order to finish it up, we got to jump back in. So, with that being said, let us jump back into Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops on the PSP. Here we go. Okay, somehow we made it inside the underground silo complex. This is the home stretch. One more push and Metal Gear will be in our grasp. Proceed into the complex and don't let yourself be spotted by any enemy patrols. Metal Gear is close. Don't let your guard down. Okay, first things first. Let's take a look at our guys here. We've got stamina. This guy could use a little stamina, but we're good on all of the health. Got several medic kits, so that's good. This guy's got a couple also. So we might be okay as far as that goes. We got Anteater that hasn't come to our side yet, but I think we're ready to go. So, all right, Campbell, Silo Complex. We've come this far, so let's be extremely careful from here on out. Only you can stop those bastards and their lunatic aims. Snake, we're counting on you. Start. Here we go. All right, what up, Campbell? All right, this is Campbell. What's your status? I'm in the elevator. You say there's a large freight elevator? Bingo! That's it! That must be what they use to get Metal Gear down to the silo. Wherever that elevator leads, that's where you'll find Metal Gear. Take the elevator and go after Metal Gear. Uh-huh. Okay, here we go. Huh?
Cunningham.
Oh,
Glad you
no.
can make it, Snake. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised. You've come much further than I'd expected. He was right about you.
He?
But that no longer matters. You've got no reason left to fight. Your mission is over, Snake.
Cunningham.
What are you talking about, Cunningham?
All right then, Snake. I'll explain it to you.
Please do.
I don't answer to G.
What?
The CIA may control Fox, but I don't answer to them either. My employer is the U.S. Department of Defense.
Oh, no.
Everything you've seen so far. Surely you know the CIA and the Pentagon aren't on the best of terms.
You're talking about a fight over budget?
No, not that. The Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961. The covert ops in North Vietnam. The influence of the CIA in America's military affairs grows with each passing year. The Pentagon brass started to feel threatened. And then they found out about the Metal Gear project. They enlisted Gene, Fox Unit's commanding officer, and had him steal it before it could be handed over to the Russians. What do you think would happen if Gene were to launch Metal Gear into the Soviet Union? The CIA'd lose face, and the military's influence would immediately start to soar.
You were trying to get Gene to use the nukes on purpose? Are you out of your mind? You'd start an all-out nuclear war.
Wrong again, Snake. Gene is just a renegade. And the Russians are the ones who built this base. The fundamental design for Metal Gear and the nukes it carries are Russian-made. And you blame Washington? Besides, there'll be no evidence left behind anyway. See this, Snake?
A Davy Crockett.
Oh, no.
A miniature nuclear warhead. But this one is Soviet-made. After Gene launches Metal Gear, I'll obliterate this base. Not a single blade of grass will be left behind.
What are you going to do with the other soldiers?
Those Red Army rebels? What do you care? They're our enemies. But you're different, Snake. You carried out your mission well. You followed the script he and the Pentagon wrote for you to the letter.
Script?
Do you want to know the real reason you were sent here? Because we knew you'd throw a wrench into Gene's plans. We needed someone to sneak into enemy territory alone, recruit the rebels to his side, and leave Gene with no choice but to launch Metal Gear. The only soldier who could pull it off was you, the legendary hero, Big Boss. And sure enough, that's just what you've done. Now you've done quite enough. We still need Gene to launch Metal Gear. It's part of the Pentagon's plan. And we can't have you disrupting that, too.
And Gene probably doesn't know any of
There's
this
a heliport
then.
on top of this base. Get on the chopper, Snake. Once Metal Gear has been launched as planned, we'll take you back to the States. After this place is nothing but cinders, you'll be a hero once again. It won't be the CIA congratulating you, but you'll get over it. What do you think you're doing, Snake? Are you still blinded by your loyalty to the CIA? What has the CIA ever done for us in Fox? They sent us on the most brutal missions, and when I came back wounded, they shuffled me to a desk job. They did the same to you, too. They cast your mentor, the mother of our special forces, out into a foreign land and left her there to die. Don't tell me you're doing it for the Russian soldiers here. Pathetic fool. Go to the heliport, Snake. I'm not letting you through. Go back.
I can't let you use Metal Gear. I'm doing this out of loyalty to myself. I'm not gonna live my life the way the boss did.
Have it your way. Now you're a real traitor.
Well, man, I was not planning on a boss fight right this second. So I don't feel like I'm prepared for this.
Well then, let's get down to business.
Oh, and I can't change the... Oh. And all I got is...
Yes. Here, mousey, mousey.
Ow. Okay. Yep, gonna need some help here. What do you got? Tough to attack directly like this. The general. Aim for his horse. Platform and damages so it can't float as high. And I am out of ammo. All right, let me restart this.
Well then, let's get down to business.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow, that seemed to do very, very little damage. Damn. Ah! I got no more ammo for that. Ow! He's not gonna give me any more ammo for that, is he? Oh, that's more medical kit. Damn. I need more ammo. I think I got him. Okay, I got him.
Why, Snake?
Ooh.
If you'd just gone home to America, you and I would have been given the highest honors a soldier can achieve. And now, look what you've done. But I'm not gonna die alone. I'm taking you with me.
Cunningham, no!
Ooh, so what, did they blow up before he could actually launch it? Do we get to use the Davy Crockett then? No, that'd be pretty stupid. We blow ourselves up. Okay, additional ammo. Alright, this is it, boys. Metal Gear should be at the end of that elevator. Judging by how long it took us to get here, launch preparations are almost complete. We cannot let them launch that monster. Metal Gear is launched. It'll mean the end of the world as we know it. We must prevent that launch at all costs. Use any means necessary to make sure Metal Gear doesn't get out of the silo. Anteaters, join the squad. Tech and spy. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, but we'll move you over to the tech section. Oh, I would have liked to have had that, that one specific med kit. That would have been nice. What I am going to do, though, is I think I'm going to have that guy get rid of those. And give me all of those. Because if I can't switch, again like last time, I might need that. I don't know if I'll also need the RPG or not. I got a couple of them. So what I might do, because if I do need RPGs, most likely they should probably give them to me. So what I think I might do, if I can switch, give this guy one, this guy one. Whoops. Maybe that guy one. Alright, from there we'll rest up. Nope, I still could use more rest time by the looks of things. Still not great. Well, we're not full health, but we're better than what we were. So I guess that's about as good as that's gonna get. Alright, launch control room. Must prevent that launch at all costs. Use any means necessary to make sure Metal Gear doesn't get out of the silo. Alright. Here we go.
Nice of you to join us, Snake.
Hey, Gene.
These are the Metal Gear engineers. You killed them.
No, they killed themselves. They all despaired of their crimes and decided to die.
Crimes? You mean the fact that this is all a Pentagon conspiracy?
Conspiracy? I see. Cunningham must have spilled his guts.
Oh, so you do know.
He died never realizing he was only a puppet after all.
Aren't you the puppet, Gene? The Pentagon was trying to get rid of the CIA.
Wrong.
Of course.
Everything from the very start.
Of course you
The
did.
Pentagon's plans, that Cunningham would betray me. Everything. I simply used it to my own advantage, for my real plan.
Real?
And what is that?
I won't be launching Metal Gear into the Soviet Union.
What?
The Pentagon must have been prepared for the possibility that Cunningham might fail to erase the evidence. They're probably in negotiations with the Red Army as we speak. Even if I launched Metal Gear into Russia now, it wouldn't trigger a war.
If Russia isn't the target, then what is?
Virginia, USA. The CIA headquarters at Langley and the Pentagon. The Philosopher's twin lairs will be obliterated.
You're launching a nuclear strike against America? But if you do that...
Chaos will be created on an unprecedented scale. Worst case scenario, America ceases to exist as a nation.
Well, damn,
The
Gene.
existing world order crumbles. And Russia won't escape unscathed either. Metal Gear will have been launched from a Soviet nuclear missile base. Under a storm of international criticism, the Warsaw Pact will lose its sway over the Third World. It may even face armed conflict with NATO.
Why? Why would you do that?
To free the world from the Philosopher's control, I'll create a new global balance of power of my own design. My goal of building a new nation of mercenaries with only the most capable soldiers is real. But this peninsula is not the right place for it. Our nation will be an organization of shadows, without shape or form. We will lurk deep underground and intervene in conflicts all over the world. History will be ours to control. I will accomplish what the hollow shell of the Philosophers could not, with a superior breed of soldier. This organization will be the true Peninsula of the Dead. I call it Army's Heaven.
Army's Heaven.
I will not allow the world to be a playground for abstract national interest and petty political gambits. I will use superior force of arms to achieve superior force of will.
It just sounds like he's Big
Thus,
Boss before Big Boss. I
will
mean,
make the world whole again. For I am the successor, and this is my calling.
You're nothing but a dictator.
What?
You use fear to keep your soldiers in line. You use words to deceive your allies. You exploit those who look up to you as a mentor, and then you throw them away. The country you're building is no heaven for soldiers. The place they're looking for is outside your heaven.
Open your eyes, Snake.
Outer Haven?
This is our
Outer
calling.
Heaven?
It's all part of a greater mission. Compared to this calling, the individual wills of individual soldiers are meaningless. Those who have no calling must be given one by those who do. They must follow the teachings of those with a greater will.
I suppose that'd be you.
It is my calling, and I will bestow it upon others. The countless masses with no wills of their own must devote their lives to a higher cause. They must give up their trivial lives, their petty contentment. They must sacrifice all their energies to the cause, pour their feeble lives into it, as the boss once did.
You're full of yourself, Gene. You're not worthy to speak of the boss.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
Never knew.
What?
What are you talking about?
6 years ago, during Operation Snake Eater, Volgan launched an American nuclear missile at Sokolov's research lab. This caused a change in plans, and the US government had to assassinate its own operative, the boss, to prove its innocence. And you were the assassin, Snake. Do you really think Volgan committed that terrible crime of his own will?
What?
It was all a setup from the very beginning.
By who?
Volgan launching the nuke, the boss's death, even your mission in Groznygrad, Snake. It was all the work of your country, and a single, deviously cunning strategist.
You're saying it was all a setup? By who?
Volgan launching the nuke
boss
was part
gave
of
up
it?
her life, even if someone else willed it. She sacrificed her own life for her calling. It was a noble act.
Answer me. Who set it up?
You don't need to know the answer.
No, I need to know.
Snake, the only thing you need is a calling. Your country can't save you. Neither can your old teacher, nor your so-called friends. Join me, Jack. I will give you your calling.
I'll find my own. You and your phony ideals can go to hell.
You are a soldier after all. It seems we'll never see eye to eye. Well then, the time for talk is over, Snake.
Stop!
You're too late. All preparations for Metal Gear's launch are complete. What the? Who? Ursula!
Ursula? No? Uh-oh.
Stay out of my way, Ursula.
Nuclear warheads must never be used. They are terrible weapons. Everything dies. People, animals.
Did not expect that.
trees, the earth. Even today, they suffer still. I know their pain, their suffering, their cries, their hatred.
Ursula? Or is it Lisa?
Ha! No dice.
You read my thoughts, Ursula. I let down my mental defenses thinking you were dead, but it's no use. You can read my mind, but you can't keep up with my body.
Elisa!
Ooh. Damn. Thud.
I'll have to find another way.
Gene, stop.
Just put a bullet in him, Snake, and be done with it.
Snake, they've already input the trajectory for Metal Gear. There's a backup launch control in a nearby room. Gene is going to use it. Stop him.
I will. Don't try to talk.
Don't worry. I'm okay. Snake. Oh, Snake. Everything is clear now. The futures we saw were one and the same. Snake, you will destroy Metal Gear. And you will create a new Metal Gear in its place. Your children, les enfants terribles. Snake, your son will bring the world to ruin. Your son will save the world.
What are you trying to say, Elisa? Elisa!
I'm guessing none of that's canon. Like, I don't think he ever knows about any of that. Just a guess.
This is the end, Snake. Metal Gear has already entered launch mode. Trajectory calculations and target locations have been set. No one can stop it now. Not even you, should you defeat me. But I know you won't let me go without a fight. And I too have a reason to fight you. To prove who I really am. Let's find out who the true successor is. Snake, let's finish this.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking I was going to fight Metal Gear, and apparently have to deal with you. So, okay. Yep, can't change members. And I've got next to nothing.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit? Or your personal feelings? Look at how much you've lost already. What kind of country deserves this much loyalty, Snake?
Oh, okay. It looks like he might be vulnerable right there, so...
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit? Or your personal feelings? Look at how much you've lost already. What kind of country deserves this much loyalty, Snake?
Get up, Snake, get up! Okay. So...
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? your duty to your unit, or your personal feelings. Look at how much you've lost already. What kind of country deserves this much loyalty, Snake? I'm ready anytime you are.
Well, that seems to be doing a whole lot of nothing. Ow. Alright, Snake, get up.
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors?
So how do I avoid that?
What's it going
And
to be?
that takes away my
Loyalty
stamina.
to your country, or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? Look at how much you've lost already. What kind of country deserves this much loyalty, Snake?
So I somehow hit him. So yeah, but I'm not to die already.
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors, your comrades, your families? Is there no one who has a grudge against you? No one who mocks you? No one who really needs you? Is there truly no one out there who would kill you? Business. Brace yourself.
I can't really come up with a great strategy for him. Wow.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit? Or your personal feelings? Look at how much you've lost already. What kind of country deserves this much loyalty?
What's wrong? Your circuit's gone dead. Give me a status report.
I don't think I lost all my health. What, I lose all my... all my stamina and still die then?
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit? Or your personal feelings? Look at how much you've lost already. What kind of country
What am I supposed to do
deserves this
about
much
that?
Loyalty, Snake? I'm ready anytime you are.
Get up.
What's wrong?
Wow. Alright. Can I get any help from you guys? Let's see. Some kind of mysterious power. I'm sure if you listen to it. Attack him and shut him up.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your...
What's wrong? Your circuit's gone dead. Give me a...
Okay.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country...
Wow, and he can still... Okay. Okay, so I can keep him from talking, but...
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country?
Your circuit's gone.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor?
Where the hell did he go?
Or your beliefs?
I don't even know where he went. Oh, well, that's not gonna help me. Oh, what the heck? I don't want that either, I don't think. I want that gun that was up here. That's not up here anymore.
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors, your comrades, your families?
Yeah, that's doing nothing. Wow.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty
Get
to your
up.
unit? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor?
Get up, you
The
moron.
mission or your beliefs? Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, and he got me with that anyway. Yeah, that does nothing. So I'm not sure what the point of them are.
Time to get down to business. Brace yourself. Who of you can say that tomorrow won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors, your comrades, your families.
Well, that's it for that. Oh, what the...
You're really giving me a run for my money.
God. Ammo, that does me like no good whatsoever.
What's the matter? Lost your nerve?
No, but I'm about to die again.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? I'm finished warming up now.
Are you?
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors? Your comrades?
Damn.
You're really giving me a run for my money.
Oh, what? Didn't even have a chance to prepare for that one.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs?
Oh, why didn't he aim at him?
What's wrong?
I was getting there. I was getting there.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to...
Ah, hell.
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors? Your comrades? Your families? Is there no... Time to get down. What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit?
Can't get turned around.
You're really giving me a run for my money. I like it.
Yeah, it's it for them again. How are you ever supposed to hit the guy, man?
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors? Your comrades? Your families? Is there no...
Doesn't charge that up as quick later in the fight, and it just springs it on you.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors, your comrades, your families? Is...
I'm not. I mean, if there's a pattern or a trick to this, I can't figure it out.
I'm finished warming up now. What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country or your old mentor? The mission.
Back myself in that corner again.
What's wrong? Your circuit's gone dead. Give me a status report.
Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't have any other... Let me go back to the briefing. Maybe I need some different weapons here. You know, maybe that'll help. Certainly can't hurt. Yeah, I got like 2,000 rounds for one of those. And then maybe instead of the pistol... I wonder if that would do some damage. Well, let's try that. I mean, can't go any worse than what it already was. I mean, I almost got him there at one point, but...
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Warming up now.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got an idea. Okay. Okay. So much for my idea. He said no, big fella.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty to yourself? Your country? Time to get down to business. Brace yourself.
Oh, bull.
Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors, your comrades, your families? Is there no one who has a grudge against you? It seems I've underestimated you, but playtime is over.
Bam! Certain specific windows.
believe it. A product of the Successor Project. Beaten by a flesh and blood man like you. It seems you are the true successor of the boss.
Yeah.
The story about soldier genes. Perhaps it was true after all. You are the true successor.
I don't know what you're babbling about, Gene. How do I stop Metal Gear from launching?
Don't bother. Once the launch countdown has started, there's no way to stop it. Get out of here, Snake. And take this with you.
What's this?
The equipment, personnel, and funds I amassed in secret to build Army's Heaven. All the data is stored on that film. No one else knows about it.
Why are you giving me this?
Because you and I are the same. Someday, you'll be glad you have it. The one who fights and survives must carry on the legacy. Such is our fate. Go, Snake. I've said everything I need to. You are the one who will inherit my genes.
What?
You are the true successor. Be loyal to yourself. Go forth and find your own calling.
Gene! Sokolov, do you read me? The countdown for Metal Gear has started. The control panel is locked out and won't respond. How do I stop it?
I can see from here that the control circuit has been locked, but Metal Gear's solid rocket motor does not have a post-ignition fuel control mechanism. Once
Meaning?
it goes into launch mode, there is no way to stop it.
Great.
I don't care if I have to destroy this whole base, as long as it stops the nuke.
If you can dismantle the Metal Gear unit itself before ignition, you may have a chance.
The Metal Gear unit? You mean that thing that's attached to the missile warhead?
Metal Gear is no mere nuclear missile. It is jettisoned from the booster at 3,000 feet above the target and parachutes down to the ground. After that, it launches its payload of miniature nuclear warheads.
Oh,
By
boy.
destroying the Metal Gear unit before takeoff, you can prevent a nuclear strike even if you can't prevent the launch. However, the Metal Gear's designers anticipated this, gave it armor thicker than a tank's. And should the rocket itself be damaged, the entire silo could explode.
Looks like I'm about to be burnt to a crisp. But I can't sit here and let the world be destroyed.
Snake!
RPG.
Damn! It's not working! What are you doing? Those weapons won't do any good! Get out of here before you're caught up in the blast and killed!
You risked your life to save our motherland!
Now it's our turn to defend your country.
You've given us a
Nice.
real reason to fight, Big Boss.
Wow.
All right.
You saved us, now we're gonna save you, or, you know, your country. Okay? That's... I like that. So, you know, somebody's actually gonna pull together instead of being against each other.
Snake! Snake, do read me! Metal Gear! Metal Gear is on its way!
So that's Metal Gear. I was thinking, you know, another walking tank or something of some sort, but okay.
You did it, Snake! You succeeded in destroying Metal Gear! Metal Gear has deviated from its course and is in freefall. Sensors show that the nuclear warhead launch tubes have been shut. Well done, Snake! Snake?
Okay. Who might you be?
Impressive.
Ocelot!
Never imagined they'd have a facility like this right underneath the CIA. Back when Fox was around, I wouldn't have been able to sneak down here. I've been sent to meet you, Mr. Director.
Director of the
And who are
CIA,
you?
okay.
My name is Adam. Remember me now? At last, we meet in person.
Adam. The triple
This
spy for the philosophers.
This is who he was
So
talking
you're
to at the end of
You say you're
3.
here to meet me?
That's right. We confirmed that Metal Gear entered launch mode. The first wave of nukes should arrive here within 30 minutes.
I'm aware of that. I'm heading for the shelter as soon as I can. But I can't leave these documents here.
Documents? Related to the philosophers?
Yes, a list of members, along with data, locations of portions of the legacy stashed around the world. So long as we have these, even if the United States does perish in an atomic storm, the philosophers will be born again.
Splendid. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Woo!
What the hell are you doing? You're not planning to betray the philosophers, are you?
Betray? No, I'm not going to betray them. I'm going to end them. Then we'll take back what you stole from us. We will carry on the spirit of the true patriot.
The true patriot?
It's all part of our plan to make the world she envisioned a reality. And so, I've come for the other half of the legacy.
Snake, I heard they gave you quite a welcome back home.
Campbell, you healing up all right?
Yep, nearly good as new. Can't wait to get out of here, though. That nurse is an unholy terror. It's all your fault for pushing a wounded man too hard.
What about Frank, the child soldier from Mozambique?
He's alive, though he's a mess both mentally and physically.
I bet.
I guess he'll be in the hospital for a while. After that,
Well, it's
I don't know.
SIGINT,
He may never be
paramedic.
able to go back to
Is
leading a
that
normal
Zero?
life. So I hear they did a cover-up job on Fox's rebellion.
Yeah. They're saying I was sent out to take down a Soviet missile base. That's it.
Can't say I blame them. After all, how do you share the news that the U.S. homeland
there's
is
Zero.
facing nuclear attack? Don't beat yourself up over this, Snake. You did your country a great service. You deserve that medal. No one knows that better than you and I.
Yeah.
So what'll you do now, Snake?
I don't know. But I've realized something.
What's that?
I'm not living unless I'm in battle, so I have to find my own reason to fight. I have to pass on what's been handed down to me.
Take care, Snake. We'll meet again someday.
That it? Well, there we have it. Now I'm gonna wonder if there's something that's gonna be after the credits here. I'm gonna turn that down. Well, I'm gonna turn that down even further. So that was Portable Ops. And that will have the distinction of being my first, I don't remember about when I was a kid, of what games, I can't remember too many games I even played on the PSP back in the day, but this may very well be the first PSP game I've ever actually beaten. And overall, I didn't hate it, but I didn't thoroughly enjoy it either. Let me try to break this down here. So, I was actually telling myself, even at work today, thinking about this, I've had to constantly remind myself that this is a handheld game. And I need to remind myself that it's a handheld game. There's certain things about it that I'm sure in its design is because of the hardware limitation of the handheld itself. Now, I'm sitting here, I am using the actual hardware, right? But hooking it up to this, I'm playing it on a screen that's pretty decent size. I'm not playing it on this screen while I'm out and about somewhere. You know, so I can, I guess, sort of imagine that if I did have this with me and I was out and about somewhere on a road trip, somebody else is driving, I'm just trying to pass the time or something, the way that this game is designed, I think it works in the fact that most of these missions, with the exception of a couple that I had such trouble with, most of these missions are not all that long. So, you know, you could play this in bite-sized increments and still accomplish something. Now, that's not typically how I like to play it. If I want to sit down and play a game, I want to be able to play it for hours on end. You know, so that I can really get into it instead of, oh, I have, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes or something like that. I mean, it's at that point I kind of feel like, why even bother turning it on? But I could see how that could work for some. So for a handheld title on the go, the way this is designed, it works. And I think it works pretty well. I don't necessarily care for having to recruit other soldiers to your cause and, you know, place them in different things in order for other things to happen. And I say that I don't care for that, but I know that going forward for the next couple games, there's going to be a lot more of that. So whether I like it or not, it's not going to matter. I'm going to have to deal with it. But story-wise, again, going into this, I knew some of this is canon, apparently, and then some of it isn't. Which parts are or aren't, I'm not 100% sure. I may figure that out as I go, as I continue this series playthrough. But the story that it did tell, I think, was pretty interesting. The inclusion of Campbell, the inclusion of Frank Yeager, or Null in this case. The fact that Fox basically kind of starts doing their own thing. But then again, it's, if I have this correctly, the Pentagon and the CIA aren't seeing eye to eye, so there's like an internal power struggle going on there. And real quick, since it seems like that's about over, I'm going to see if there's going to be anything after this. There is. Okay. Somebody answer the phone.
Well, I'll be damned. So it was you who was feeding me information. Yes, the DCI's death should pass as suicide. They'll claim he did it because he felt responsible for the theft of Metal Gear. We can look forward to a major shakeup on the 7th floor at Langley shortly. It looks as if everything is going exactly the way you wanted it. When the DCI saw the trajectory data you supplied and found out he was the target of the nuclear strike, he brought the Philosopher's documents right to me. Yes, we should have known Gene was serious about launching those nukes. Seems our insurance policy came in handy after all. He did quite well.
The insurance policy, huh?
And now I've got the legacy. Is that all part of your script too? Using him in the Fox unit like that. Only you could have pulled it off. But you won't be using me anymore. Battle data. From the Perfect Soldier. Gene's genome? I see. Intriguing. I'll help you with the project. But on one condition. I want him to join us. Yes, Big Boss. So that we can become the Patriots.
I wonder who he was talking to. Zero, maybe? All right. So time save 34, restart 76, alerts triggered 102, only killed 16, secured 37 comrades, 17 of them were killed. Codename Rabbit. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I got through it. Yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna save. So hold on. Let's get back to something here. That's just going to keep repeating if I leave that going, so. Okay. So anyways, continue what I was talking about here. So again, story-wise, I feel like it was pretty interesting, you know, the story bits that were there. I feel like I'm not, again, some of it I'm not sure if it's going to be canon or not going forward. The thing that I did find interesting, though, is they essentially, it seems like Gene was essentially just Big Boss before Big Boss was. He wanted to create a state or a country or a place just for soldiers. They can influence everything. They can fight when or however, wherever they wanted. Just, you know, everything that it sounds like in an Army's heaven, you know, which obviously outer heaven later on. It's just, I'm going to guess that a bunch of that isn't canon, but I guess we'll see as we go. Maybe that's where Big Boss got the idea for all of this. But now I'm curious to know who Ocelot was talking to at the end there. So once again, this, as I go, I'm finding that everybody's got these plans and it all just works perfectly. It's all a setup. There's this big conspiracy amongst everything, and all these hundreds of wheels, it seems, needs to turn just right, just perfectly for everything to work out just the way certain specific people want it. And part of that, to me, I find it a little ridiculous. So it sounds like even Gene was saying something about, oh, Sokolov launching that nuke. That was all part of the plan. What? Whose plan? You know? So, again, some of this being where this may or may not fall in the timeline. I don't know how much of this to look into and how much. I'm just going to have to keep certain things in the back of my mind as I go forward. And, some of it may be relevant later. Some of it might not be. But I do like the fact that they piggyback this right off the events of Snake Eater. Bringing up the boss, bringing up the legacy, Sokolov being involved, which I find interesting that Sokolov is involved because I thought he died in Groznygrad in Snake Eater, but apparently, if it's canon or not, might not have been a thing. So, anyway, I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but some of the other things, I guess that's the story, I guess, without trying to ramble too much. The characters, some of the characters were kind of interesting in this. So, obviously, Big Boss, the fact that he was voiced by David Hayter was great. The inclusion of Campbell is interesting. I don't know how true that part of the story is, as far as him meeting and working with Big Boss. But then some of these other characters. Gene is an interesting character. I'm not remembering or putting the pieces together exactly how he had like the powers that he did with that super speed and all that. Maybe that had to do something with genome stuff like Ocelot was mentioning at the very end. Maybe he had some experiments or something done too, just like Jaeger, Null did. So I suppose that could be a thing. Then characters like Ursula and Elsa, which again, I'm thinking now is one and the same character. They just had like a split personality kind of thing or something going on there. Cunningham was interesting. Trying to get Snake to just go home and, we're going to be heroes and all that. But no, we're not letting you launch these nukes. So I don't know if any of them, obviously with the exception of Big Boss and Campbell, and we've seen a little bit of like SIGINT and Paramedic, from the communications tower and that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Oh, and Frank Jaeger, Null, the ninja, whatever we want to call him, with the exception of these couple, I don't know how many of these other characters, how much they really matter. And because I don't feel like any of them are really all that special or makes them, anything that they have about them makes them like iconic in any sort of way. So in a way, I feel like a lot of the characters that may be specific to this title are kind of forgettable. The setting being in like South America, again though, handheld PSP title from 06 or whatever it is. I don't really know what South America looks like. Not truly, and it might differ depending on what part of South America we're talking about anyway. And this is supposed to be a military base. So the settings, the level design gave me a little bit of like army base type feelings, obviously, but the level design is very square and blocky, so not a lot of depth and details as far as the setting and the levels are concerned, but again, hardware limitations, I kind of give it a pass on that because of that. Gameplay wise, oh boy, I can appreciate how much as far as the like mechanics and stuff that they put in with this, with the CQC and all that kind of stuff, the limited buttons, and trying to cram as much into the gameplay as possible. On one hand, I can appreciate that, but now that I'm thinking about it, on the other hand, there were definitely instances where maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I was trying to make it overly complicated. Like, there's certain things that in my head I know I wanted to do at certain points. I wanted the character to grab this guy, or I wanted to roll here and take off, but they'd roll and lay on his stomach or something, or just if I got the guy in the chokehold, I don't think I could just slit the guy, and just take him out. If there was, I was hitting several buttons and I never could figure out how to do it. Grabbing a guy from the front with CQC I never could quite figure out exactly how to throw him to the ground and stuff like that. So, if I were to play this more and really experiment with, how to really get the mechanics down, it might even be more fun, but I was finding that it was just sort of frustrating of how much you can do with how few buttons, and how those buttons were having my character, having Big Boss like do other things I didn't want him to do because I either tapped it or I held the button too long or something, so I was finding it frustrating at times with how much is there. The only having 4 item slots, that was sort of infuriating. Now, and that's, I guess, partially because I never quite knew exactly what it was that I was needing going into certain missions or certain levels. And again, when the boss fights would show up, I wasn't fully prepared. And I mean, it's like, yeah, okay, I could just go back to the briefing thing, try to switch out some stuff, but that just, I feel like that just kind of takes me out of it. Like, if I go through a couple levels and then, oh, hey, guess what? Boss fight. And it's like, okay, I want to get into it, but I don't have the right tools. I don't have healing items. I don't have the right weapons possibly for this fight. I'm not prepared. Let me go back. Let me switch some crap around and then go back in and then try to do it. And that's, I feel it breaks the momentum of it, and didn't care for that much. I would have liked to have seen at the very least, if you, like, I switched the buttons because, like, X was crouch and whatever, and so I switched it. So X, for me, was to bring up my, like, items menu, the 4 items. If nothing else, if I could hold that and, like, hit one more button, I understand, like, okay, you could hit the L and then you could drop something. Or the R if you had the right person in your party or something like that, and you can just send items directly to the truck, which that's nice, but you have to have a certain person in your party in order to do that. Didn't care for that much. I think, I actually have to go back and watch my own stuff here now, but there may have been at one point I had one person in my party that maybe allowed me to swap items between my characters, but maybe that was just the one person to send to the truck. I don't remember now. Maybe that wasn't a thing, but if I could just swap in between the characters, that wouldn't have been quite so bad, I suppose, because then you could have increased your items from 4 to like 16, but it's like you couldn't. You were limited to those 4. And then if you switch somebody out, then you're limited to their 4. But if you had 4, then you have no space to pick up something else that you probably might need. So trying to, like, navigate that throughout the entire playthrough was a little irritating. I would have liked to have seen, if I pull up the menu, right? Because in the other console games, you would have, on the L2, you'd have your items, R2, you'd have your weapons. And again, at this point, I've only played Snake Eater and MGS1, and I'm used to having all of my stuff. Now, in Snake Eater, you got to pull different stuff out of your backpack. That's fine, but at least you have access to them. You can't access everything all at once. You got to swap a few things out, but the option is there for you to at least get what you probably need. That wasn't the case here. I would have liked to have at least seen if you hold that button, it would bring up like the weapons. And then if you hit another one of the face buttons or something like that, triangle, square, whatever, it would bring up a secondary one, like flip it to another window. That would be your items. So at least you could add 4 items, 4 weapons, and then maybe be at least a little bit more prepared. Though limited to the 4 items, not a fan of at all. Made it work, but it's kind of frustrating. And then the other frustrating thing, it wasn't camouflage, but like blending in. I thought, at first when I first realized that, okay, I have this soldier that has this particular outfit on, he can blend in with these people. Okay, cool. That's neat. The problem is like having different outfits for, trying to blend in with different soldiers. You could walk by 2 or 3 or 4 soldiers with the same outfit, walk around the corner, there's somebody with a different one, and instantly you get caught. Like, what? I look like all the rest of the guys. What do you mean? And then next thing you know, you got an alert, they're all on top of you, and it just, that's irritating. And even more irritating than that is when I'd have like a, I guess, correct, outfit on and can walk around basically freely. But then for some reason, just one guy you couldn't fool or something. Or you walk, like in part 4, that one mission, like walking like next to a guy and like tapping the wall or something. And he's like, oh, you're not supposed to be here. And it's like, so it seems like the like blending in, that chameleon thing, worked some of the time and didn't work other times when I feel like it should have. I feel like that was one of the elements or ingredients that wasn't fully baked into the game. Like at one point, I think I tried this, and I had one guy in my group, and he was like a major. He's like, as far as rankings was, I would have thought pretty high up top. Wouldn't have mattered what outfit I was wearing, right? Wouldn't have mattered if I looked like a soldier or one of the Fox guys. Like, I'm up top. I'm ranked up top, and you will follow my orders, and you're going to leave me alone. I suppose that could just break everything and make things just way too damn easy. I suppose that's probably a legitimate concern. But what good was listing and giving me all these rankings then, if it seems like that didn't matter? You know what I mean? So this blending in with everybody, depending on what soldier and what outfit they have on, didn't seem like it fully worked the way that I feel like it should have. And that was very frustrating. And I feel like made things more difficult. When I could go through a level, go through a good portion of it, and then one guy all of a sudden just, oh, hey, and then alert, and then but then I can restart it, try it all over again, and that guy won't bother me. It just, I don't know. I don't know what was happening, what I was doing wrong, or if that's just, I don't know, just kind of how the game is. But either way, the gameplay, I guess some of the simpler aspects of it I liked, but there's a lot of elements there that I didn't care for, that I felt were maybe slightly overly complicated, and some of it just, I feel like, straight up didn't work half the time. Graphically, it's okay looking. Again, but I'm playing it for the first time on a bigger screen. It doesn't look the greatest, but playing it on this screen, somewhere, I feel like it doesn't look terrible, but like I was saying about like the settings and stuff, kind of blocky, basic, and not a lot of detail. I mean, I guess as much detail as they could probably cram in. So again, I'm not gonna, beat it up over the graphics all that much. I mean, you can tell that the character model is Big Boss. You can tell these were soldiers. You can tell what weapons they had in their hand. Like you could tell what things were. But it's a little rough around the edges. But I can accept that for what it is on the hardware that it's on. So I guess that's all I got to say. I thought I had at least one or two other things, but I think I'm probably just rambling at this point anyway. But that concludes Chapter 2 of this Metal Gear Solid series playthrough. The Big Boss Solid Snake Saga. I guess we're technically just on the Big Boss Saga right now. We got 2 down. We've got 3 to go as far as the Big Boss section of this. We're going to start the next chapter of this next week, because now that we're done with another full-length playthrough, it's time for another one-off. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a one-off of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind on the Nintendo Switch. Looks sort of like a beat-em-up of old, and I'm all for that. I like my beat-em-up games. I really enjoy my beat-em-up games. And this is something that I've actually been wanting to play for a good while and just haven't had the chance or the time to get to it. We'll be getting to it tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, Rita's Rewind on the Nintendo Switch, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Star Time, as always. And then next Tuesday night, we'll be jumping into part 3, or game number 3, chapter number 3 of the MGS series playthrough with Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. So with that is going to conclude this stream tonight. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see everyone tomorrow night for some beat-em-up fun. Until then, I am the Grim Gamer. I'll catch y'all tomorrow night.